Let's get it, y'all. You know, listen, in order to understand where we're going with this, I definitely got to play this video. Shout out to y'all. We're going to wait for it to get a little more people in here. We're not going to scream. It ain't going to be nothing crazy. We just going to get into facts. Don't pull up with your emotions. Don't pull up with your opinions. We're going to pull up with facts. No emotions, no opinions, just straight facts.
Allowed to exist. What do I mean by allowed to exist? I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission to enslave us. Ultimately, the universe is intelligent.
Listen, as y'all come in, let us know where y'all from. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Y'all know we definitely had to go live about this. We definitely had to. We definitely. He said the Afro was a exact. You know what's? We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that. To me, it was basically pandering. See what I'm saying? It was basically pandering because, of course, when you want to direct your attention or whatever it is you're selling to a certain audience, you got to look apart, right? So he definitely wasn't going to come clean cut. Nah, he had to get rugged. He had to get rugged. He had to put the afro, right? He had to come with the clothes. Like, y'all got to peep everything. But don't worry. This is why I'm playing this video right here. So y'all can see first before we get into everything. So he combed down his wigs to this cap. Damn, Shark, the live just started. It ain't even 2 minutes yet, bro. Just calm down, man.
Alive and conscious, and it is benevolent. It's benevolent consciousness. That consciousness does not allow the negative to succeed unless it is invited. So the cabal has made a science, a very elaborate science, out of studying these arcane,
free Tory for sure,
occult magical principles that allow them to get away with what they do. So they have to put out everything that tells you who they are in music videos, in the Super Bowl halftime shows, Grammy Award ceremonies. They're out there showing you the truth. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic, and they are very, very good at it.
Now, the reason why I played that, right? Because a lot of people don't understand symbolism. They do. The people that it's targeting, they know it. And part of their rituals and whatever they do, they got to tell us. Yeah, they doing it on us, but part of their karmic cycle, so it don't come back on them, they got to tell us. And no, this ain't crazy. Just do your own homework. But this is why I played this first, so y'all can know exactly where we going with this. But like I said before, as y'all pull up, let us know where you from. Shout out where you from. We're gonna wait till it get to like 10 minutes, and we're gonna start and get a couple people in here. But also, pull up with facts, not opinions, not emotions. Pull up with facts, y'all. I just run back.
From the cabal itself is that they have to work within something they call the rules. This is very, very important. The rules are a body of spiritual principles that they must follow in order to be allowed to exist. What do I mean by allowed to exist? I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission to enslave us. Ultimately, the universe is intelligent, alive, and conscious, and it is benevolent. It is a benevolent consciousness. That consciousness does not allow the negative to succeed unless it is invited. So the
and get the lights up, y'all.
Made a science, a very elaborate science, out of studying these arcane occult magical principles that allow them to get away with what they do. So they have to put out everything that tells you who they are in music videos, in the Super Bowl halftime shows, Grammy Award ceremonies. They're out there showing you the truth. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with.
And you know what's funny, right? If y'all pay attention, mind you, this video came out, 5-4? This video is actually old. Rest in peace to David Wilcock. But the person that constructed this video, and keep in mind, we're talking about, Jay-Z, of course.
This is what people are going to have halftime shows.
Who you see? Hold on. Pay attention. Who you see? Right? How ironic. And it's crazy because I didn't even see this when I first seen the video. But how ironic. But don't worry, we get to that.
Showing you this is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic, and they are very, very good at it.
All right, so like I said, for y'all that just got in here, I played that so y'all can understand where we going with this, right? Where we going with this live. Let me start this live off by saying I know we got some stone cold Jay-Z fans in the world. I know it. I know in some of y'all eyes he could do no wrong. But let me also warn y'all ahead of time, if that's you, you might as well skip this live now. You might as well skip it. Exit right now, immediately. Right? And please understand, we're not here to debate how good of a rapper Jay is because we know he's a hell of a rapper. We know that. We're just here to go over some things called reality and what's really going on in this world. The constant pandering in which not only Jay, it's not just Jay, but we're going to get into it. Don't worry. It's never unknown to know that Jay-Z is down with them people, but you know I can't go down. Yeah, so we can't. But what we do is, for YouTube and their guidelines, what I do is I try to just put whatever's out there already and I just bring awareness to it. Simple as that. The stuff that's already out there, we just highlight some of the weird stuff that's going on and y'all come to your own conclusion. Once again, don't ever take what I say as fact. Don't ever take anything as I say as hardcore truth. What I want you to do is, once you hear whatever I say or you hear whatever speaking on this live, go do your own homework. That's it. Any video you see we drop, any live, any information, it's just to spread awareness. It got nothing to do with telling you that this is hardcore fact. And keep in mind that everything is alleged. When you talk about these people, you guys, everything is alleged. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. All right. So listen, like I said, as y'all come in, let us know where y'all from. We're gonna shout y'all out. And as soon as a couple people more people get here, we're going to start. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. But while we do that too, right, I want y'all to remember something here. Hold on. I want y'all to remember something here. I want y'all to remember something. I got to remember these, right? I got to remember these. And like I said, symbolism, right? That's all I say. Symbolism. Symbolism is a coded language that they use in which they only understand what's going on. Now, some of us that actually do due diligence, we know a little knowledge of, we know what's up. But for the people who don't understand, it's always going to go over their heads. But you can't tell me it's a coincidence that everybody does the one-eye symbolism. You can't just say, oh, well, everybody in the industry does it. Remember back in the days before you really knew what all this was about and you seen your favorite rapper throw up the B? You're like, oh, they blood. Oh, they throwed up the B, they blood. They got some type of blood affiliation. Nah, not at all. But you got to understand the language, the coded language, right? The hands. Understand the hands. When you see these hands, what they mean. Actually, hold on. Let's go back to that video.
Is that they have to work.
Pay attention to his hands. That's crazy, right?
This is very, very important. The rules
Watch
are
this.
a body of spiritual principles that they must follow in order to be allowed to exist. What do I mean by allowed to exist?
See that? Right? You see that? Hold on. I told you we're not going to scream. We're not going to yell this loud. We're just going to keep it real. Right? So all of this can't be a coincidence, y'all. All this can't be a coincidence. He said, I think like that. Either my hands. Well, here's the thing, right? Some people do it. And if you know anything about spirituality or just the body and quantum physics, period, certain gestures that you put your hand, it stands for certain things. And it works out certain functionality of the body. But like I said, if you know, it's one of those situations. However, these guys, it's like a coded language when you put your hands or your body or certain words a certain way. It's all coded language. You see what I'm saying? And they know that. Now, what's a coincidence that you see this man do this, and then you come here and you see the same thing, right? Is it a coincidence? There's no such thing as coincidences, y'all. But like I said, for the ones that just got in here, let's play this again.
Yes. I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission. does not allow the negative to succeed unless it is invited. So the cabal has made a science, a very elaborate science, out of studying these arcane occult magical principles that allow them to get away with what they do. So they have to put out everything that tells you who they are in music videos, in the Super Bowl halftime shows, the Grammy Awards ceremonies. They're out there showing you the truth. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens.
Now, like I said, I keep playing that video because it shows us the route that we're going to go with this live video, y'all. So like I said, as you see the hand signals, if you know, you know, it's one of those situations, right? Also coloring, if you know anything about whether it's the cults, I don't want to say too much on here, but y'all know, if you know anything about, you know, them things, white, black, red, purple, all these signify something, right? But, you know, for the most part, we all know what these mean. The one-eye symbolism. And hold on, don't worry, hold on. Let's dive into it real quick, right? It can't be a coincidence that everybody's out here pretty much doing the same thing, y'all. Hold on. And the reason why I always go to Google or any of these pictures is basically because I want to show y'all what's already out there. Don't worry, don't take my word for it, right? It's no coincidence that all these guys pretty much do the same thing. Right? Who would think? You think he's blood? No. You think he's blood? No. You think Jackie Chan is blood? Katy Perry, right? Like, do you think these people are blood? But the thing is, the rappers used to get away with it because, of course, it's urban, it's black. People always correlate urban with some type of gang affiliation, right? So it was easy if you seen like a Lil Wayne put the one-eye symbolism up, or whatever the case may be, because you would think he's blood. He's doing it for blood. But what happens when you have Lady Gaga, right? What happens when you have Pharrell? What happens when you have Justin Bieber doing it with his tongue out? Right? And a lot of people love this. This is another thing I see a lot of people say. They say, oh, well, these people knew what they signed up for. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Maybe at first they did, right? But that's how they get you. It's just like how these young drill rappers, they coming into the game, they sign these deals. We hear they get $1 million, whatever the case may be, and it sounds good. But they don't understand the debt that they put themselves in. You know why? Because they coming from the street. They coming from the street. You tell a little kid, a drill rapper, that you're gonna give him $400,000. Meanwhile, that's not a lot. That's nowhere near compared to what the label is gonna get for you, especially if they put out Keyman insurance on your life, where they know 9 times out of 10, if you in the streets and you already got beef, yeah, they want you. Because they know that you already got tension in the streets. It's a strong possibility that you might lose your life, and we're gonna make money off that. That's another. Listen, we getting off subject, y'all, but I want y'all to follow me. We getting off subject, but I want y'all to follow me. Let me see, man. It's not so when it comes to this whole Jay-Z thing, right? Let's go to a picture. Where's one? Let's see how Jay looking. I got the keyboard right here on the wire key. So let's go to Jay-Z, the Roots Picnic, right? So easily, you see Jay, right? He shocked everybody. He got the afro. That's all everybody keep talking about. Oh, the fro, the clothes. And like I said before, what did y'all expect him to come in there? He wasn't going to come in there with a suit on, right? Because he knows his audience. He's in Philly. Jay-Z ain't nowhere near foolish. He understands how to project. He understands an image. He understands how to, as they say, pander. Right? So, of course, he's going to come in with the afro. Of course, he's going to come in with the jacket, all black. All right, no problem. Now, when it comes to the whole pandering thing, right? Because a lot of people, it's not just Jay-Z. And this is why I don't want to make it seem like it's all about Jay-Z, but he is in the media right now. Everybody's talking about him, so it does make sense. And this is just a prime example how a lot of these people, they love to use the culture for whatever reason, right? Whether it's profit, whether it's benefit, whatever the beneficial gain is. Perfect example, right? Kendrick told y'all they not like us. Meanwhile, the same they he was referring to are the same they that he works for, right? Kamala Harris. She claimed they're not like us neither. Whole time she's married to the they. You see what I'm saying? They not like us, but she's married. Hold on, we did this the last time. Let me show y'all something. Right? This is what you call. Hold on, let me show you. Here you go. No, we need a bigger picture. I need y'all to see it for yourselves. All right, anyway, we ain't gonna find it. But this is the they. Right? How ironic. You can't sit there and say they not like us and you're in bed with the they. So what's the real agenda? Right? That's the crazy part. They're not like us. How? How? Now let's continue, right? Tyler Perry, same guy who exploits the whole culture and then in every movie he done made and made a fortune off it. See what I'm saying? You can't pick one of these damn Tyler Perry movies where either the man isn't cheating on his woman, a black man ain't cheating on his wife, the white the wife ain't out here being promiscuous somewhere or talk. It's just exploitation all across the board, every trip. And then for who the whole shade room staff, right? The whole shade room. Shout out to them though, but the whole shade room. Now, as y'all know, Jay just performed at the Roots Picnic in Philly, right? He did a freestyle responding to a few things, and he got everyone in awe over addressing the field of controversy that surrounded his name. He named a few people in the process. Not really named, but y'all know what he was talking about, whatever the case may be. Now, I find it mighty funny how he never addressed those fouls, right? He never addressed, he addressed everything but those fouls. Hold on, let me show y'all. Right? Now, it's funny, too, because let me show you how Google works, too. Whoever works it. It says Jay-Z's name appears in the Epstein files, but being mentioned does not imply any wrongdoing or involvement in criminal activities. There is no verified evidence linking him to Epstein's crimes, and he has consistently denied any allegations. See how that works? Because when the president, right, when your president was named in those files, people had different energy. But this is what I'm saying with the selective anger, the selectiveness that people have when it comes to certain people that they like and dislike. What and it's crazy, right? Matter of fact, let me show you something else. Right? Harvey Weinstein. Y'all remember Harvey Weinstein? Y'all remember, hold on, let me show y'all something. Y'all remember Harvey Weinstein. And it's crazy because Harvey is actually out, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, let me make sure. All right. Nothing but actual allegations all across the board. Y'all remember Harvey Weinstein, right? It's bad if you didn't know. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. That's the crazy part. How they in plain sight, words they can create. See, and that's the thing, right? That's exactly what they do. They create beef. Because when you think about it, when you had Drake and Kendrick going back and forth with each other, who benefits off that? These guys was on the same label beefing with each other. Does that even make sense? Like when you really sit back and you try to pay attention to the weirdness that's going on, I think everybody's entertained with what's going on, and I get it. But at the end of the day, when you actually sit back and pay attention to what's going on, it doesn't make sense. How are these two label mates, but they're going back and forth with each other? So who's fueling the beef, right? UMG, right? Who profits? Lucy and Grange, UMG, who just coincidentally have a lawsuit with. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But anyway, he said, I think it's either. We're gonna get into the. There we go. We're gonna get into it. Let's see. And it's like I said, right? When I seen this freestyle, I wanted to hear about them fouls. I wanted to hear about Diddy, right? Because we know that Diddy and Jay was very close. Whether you have affiliation or knowledge, they was close. But for some reason, it's funny because no matter how close them two was, nobody seemed to care to mention this man when it comes anything with Diddy. It's like they separate him, and I get it. But we're just gonna act like these two wasn't close at all. Now, for the ones that know what's up, this ain't for y'all because I'm sure y'all hip to the symbolism and the agendas being pushed. But let's get into this real quick, man. Oh my God, what is? Oh, any performing beanie? That's crazy. Here we go. Now you know what's funny? You know what I find so funny about that? I caught that bar automatically. B Beyonce, B to say my name. But it's funny because I know most of the people that was in that crowd did not understand that bar. Let's be real. They all, especially the females, they all there. Yeah, y'all know damn well y'all didn't understand what that bar really was. That's a fact. Hmm. You know what's crazy? I don't know, call me crazy, but when he said that part, if y'all pay attention, right? Who y'all think that? Y'all let me know who y'all think that was about when he said those shots came from up top. Who y'all think he was talking about when he said that? Let me play it back. You hear that? Now, who got shot from up top, or so they say, right? Who wife went viral after that, right? I ain't gonna lie, that was it could have been Malcolm X, but not who lately? Caucasian guy who's exposing the government and everything. Let me see if y'all, he said them shots came from up top, right? Of the government. There we go. That's a fact. It has to be. Just pay attention.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Take their kiss. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got a bag of Republicans. Those shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I prayed for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrists get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the hole. I never look up to them.
Now you hear that, right? I always found it weird because Charlamagne used to do that too. And I don't want to say the word, but it's the C word, the actors. Y'all know, y'all put two and two together. That whole thing, if y'all remember Charlamagne when he first got on radio, he used to always do that on Power 105. If you notice, he don't do that no more. See what I'm saying? And it's funny how they do that, but these are the same people that be in bed with these same actors that they talking about. Like, just imagine, right? They got YT friends. They come to us and they say, oh, the actors, the this, the that. But y'all still chill with them. Right? Y'all still in bed with these people. Y'all still cool with them. You have those friends. So what we're gonna get into it after this. I'm gonna get more into it. Somebody in the crowd said, perpetuity. Clearly she never heard that. Oh Lord, nah, maybe it's just me. She said, perpetuity. You hear she talking about perpetuity. Man, perpetuity.
You don't know, the show ain't even began. I said you don't know.
All right, so and once again, right, as I always say, Jay, dope rapper, definitely a dope rapper. Can't take that from him, but his actions upon what he says never match. And if y'all remember, like if y'all OG members, y'all remember we've been talking about this. This ain't nothing new. This is not something we're doing because it's viral now. No, we've been talking about Jay, Diddy, and all the weird stuff that goes on. Y'all forget the butt slapping videos between him and Diddy, right? So we've been talking about this. But let's talk about something real quick, right? Because when he mentioned the actors with a CR, here's what I always say. Matter of fact, before I even get into that, let's go to Quilly Mills real quick. Shout out to Quilly. Because Quilly did something that I actually respect. And the reason why I respect is because one thing I could give Quilly, everybody go left, he may go right. Everybody going right, he may go left. But at the end of the day, he be having points. And with him having the platform and the person he is, going against Jay or saying something derogatory around Jay, everybody tends to go against you when you do it. I don't know why. Jay got that effect on the music industry. It just is what it is. But let's see what Quilly had to say.
So my man sent me
drawing the breakdowns for the Jay-Z bars and shit. You know what I mean? Like on some like thesauruses, like Chat GPT type shit. I said, bro, I'm not reading all that. I'm not reading all that, bro. He said, oh, buddy, like, he on some Black Power shit, buddy. He went to video last night. That's you. Feel me? I said, oh, buddy, fuck Black Power. He on some 48 laws of power shit.
You hear what he said? He said it wasn't Black Power. He on some 48 laws of power.
Smartest shit ever to do. Like, damn, I know I ain't been fucking with these niggas. Let me fuck with these niggas just for tonight. Just for the night. Let me act like I think love niggas. Like I think fuck with niggas just for the night. Because I'm in Philadelphia. Nigga ain't look at nigga in his eye. I ain't see a genuine handshake, a genuine hug. That whole vibe was let me hurry up before this shit. Get the fuck away from this nigga. Let me get the fuck up out of here. I ain't feel no love in that whole.
Now you know what's crazy? He wasn't wrong. If you go back to that performance with him and see, I can't play it because of the copyrights. But when y'all get a chance, go back to that performance. Did it look genuine to y'all? Keep in mind, Jay-Z and Beanie, they've been had tension for a little minute now. I was actually, it was dope to see them two together. But like he said, it didn't seem genuine. I could be wrong. It just didn't seem genuine. Now, he said this also. That Hove is corny. Y'all be DEing. Y'all don't know what the F he talking about because I damn sure don't. And which I'm pretty sure he's probably being funny, but yeah. Now let me say this, right? Let's get to this black power stuff that he was referring to, right? They're always using the black power narrative, but their actions always show different. Why is that, right? Why do they sell us to stay divided and hate the YT man, but yet they're in bed with them? Right? Why do they tell us to hate the YT man in public, but in private, they're shaking hands and making deals with him? Unless it's all just a selling point, right? Unless it's designed that way to keep us divided and make money off the backs of the less fortunate or the have-nots, right? All while acting like you're a part of us when you're really not. You just profit off the illusion. See what I'm saying? Getting on stage calling these people actors, right? What does that do? That just causes division. But keep in mind, these same people are making deals with these guys, shaking hands. You see him with Harvey Weinstein. You see him do the deal with the people from Tidal. You see him do the deal with the NFL. Perfect example, right? Them same actors are the same people that put him in a position for the halftime show of the NFL. You think he going into them offices calling people actors? I bet you he's not. I bet you he's not. And the only reason they're not doing nothing to him is because it's all a part of the illusion. Right? It's all part, that's what they want. They want division. They don't want us linking up together, us. They don't want us coming together, and because you know why? It's more, they profit, right? Out of chaos. They profit off that. So if he's telling you to say, yeah, F them actors. They not like us. They're not like us, but y'all, why y'all get to make money with them? Why we can't make money with them? Right? Nobody talk about this stuff. But it sounds cool. It looks cool to come on stage with an afro. Right? I don't even know what jacket. Listen, some people are impressed by the money don't impress me. Once you a little, I'm off that. I don't care how much money you got. That hair ain't it. I ain't gonna lie, Bucko. That hair ain't it. I don't care what nobody say. And it's you mean to tell me he thought this was a good idea to come up there with that hair? I don't care what nobody say. Y'all could be Jay-Z fans all y'all want. Y'all know damn well he dead wrong for that hairstyle. He dead wrong. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell, boy. But let me show y'all something real quick, right? Let's stay on course real quick. Let's stay on course. Here's this post. Matter of fact, this is not even it. Hold on. We're going to get to all this, too. But there's a reason, right? There's a reason for all this. I want to make sure. Matter of fact, let's go with the academics first. Shout out to Act too, because one thing I would give Act. A lot of people may have crazy talks about Act. He this, he that. One thing he don't. I ain't gonna. Man, see, I had to stop because he did lie that time and say that he don't take money to sway narratives, but then he admitted that Lil Baby paid him that money for that album. So Act. I don't know, but when it comes to Rock Nation, when it comes to Jay, when it comes to like certain people that others won't talk about, he definitely will talk about. I give him that, right? But let's hear what he got to say.
Of everything else, management, Drake made $1 billion from music. You ain't make $1 billion from music. That's just facts. He made $1 billion from his own catalog. So you could say, oh, the white people own it in perpetuity. Ain't nobody paying more money than this nigga. He talking about a beat. When you try to get your beat, you have to go link up with Live Nation. You talking about independence. You so titled to Square.
Now hold on. The reason why I went here first, there's another video I want to get to. We're going to get to all that. But the reason why I played this video first, because he's going to talk about some of the same points that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, especially somebody else. There's another guy, I forgot his name. Shout out to him. We're going to see though. But like he said, all this title, the nets, the kneeling, the everything, it sounds good to us, right? Oh, we're doing this. I'm doing this for us. But then it's sold. For y'all that live in New York, right? If you know anything about when the Nets, when the Nets came to Brooklyn, everybody was so ecstatic. They thought it was going to be a good thing. It was going to bring businesses. But what people don't understand, that stadium did more damage than anything. I personally watch. First of all, they call it downtown Brooklyn now. If y'all know anything about New York, the place where they put that goddamn that stadium, to call it downtown Brooklyn is crazy. But that's what they did. And you know what happened? All these businesses came. All the local businesses that was there before that stadium, gone. Not all, but majority. A lot of the people that lived there, the residents, right? Being that the stadium came there, now everything shot up. Rent shot up, right? The cost of living, everything shot up around there. So this is the part that nobody really knows about. The fact that that place right there, when it came to that stadium going there, it did more damage than good. It did more than if you go down there, right? Let me tell you, I got pictures from before when that stadium went up. If you see the difference, and they got a documentary on it, you can go check it out. I think it's on either Netflix or it was one of these YouTube ones I was watching. But they have the people that lived there before and after the stadium, and they talking about it. Now the thing is, everybody definitely supported it because they were so caught up on the Jay. Yeah, Jay telling everybody, yeah, don't worry. Yes, it's going to be great. I'm bringing it here. He didn't bring a damn thing. He was the face, of course, like everything else. He was the face. He got them people to sell their credit. Some people sold their places. Some people, okay, because remember, they had to get all type of signatures. They had to get all type of stuff. What happened? Jay-Z came. Right? Is it static? Is there static? If it's, I don't know. I gotta check. Listen, we're gonna trust me. We're gonna optimize it. I don't really. We're gonna optimize it. But anyway, they needed signatures. They needed all this stuff. As soon as they got your boy Jay to come through and basically, he went to a few games. He's sitting courtside. As soon as they got that deal done, guess what? You stop seeing Jay. As soon as that deal got done, stop seeing Jay at them games. You see what I'm saying? And this is the stuff that people don't understand. That's why I say, don't worry about what these guys speak. Pay attention to their actions. But anyway, let's get back into what he had to say.
Talked about independence. You're the first nigga to sell. How you talk independence? You're the first thing to sell in every situation. Walk people to the water and just put some poison in there until they die. You just like run off with a jet. How you talking about independence? How that?
All right, so the reason why I play that, now let's get into the next one. Come on.
Now, a lot of people don't notice about Jay-Z, and I know this is a guy, right? Jay-Z made title, he convinced all the black sphere of people. He said, come to title, black equity.
Hold on, you can hear it now or no? I'll put it up. Believe not. All right, good. He said, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. That's a fact. And let me tell you, I've been preaching that for the longest. If y'all remember when we used to go live before, I used to say that all the time. The only way you can be tricked, manipulated, is because you listen to what these people say. What they said the devil had, the sweetest voice, right? They said the devil had one of the most sweetest voices. That's how you can be tricked. One of the sweetest voices. But the thing is, we're believing what these people say because we got so much. I don't know. I don't. But so much people be so enthused by these celebrities. It's the celebrity, the fame, whatever the case may be. But this is why I say, pay attention to their actions. It's the actions. It's when I used to talk about Little Dirk. Everybody, oh, you hate Little Dirk. Oh, he's trying to do this. Yeah, he's telling you he's trying to push peace. But then when you go listen to the music, the man is still talking about people's deceased loved ones. It's not making sense. So this is why I say, forget about what they say. Pay attention to their actions. Simple as that.
Take money, did all of that, right? Then he sold it to Jack, the guy who created the was owner of Twitter. And Jack overpaid for title so that he could use Jay-Z for his black influence. The NFL partnered with Jay-Z and they were sending out hate stories about Colin Kaepernick once Jay-Z took over the Super Bowl to diminish Colin Kaepernick's movement and what he was doing with the Super Bowl. So he said, what type of man are you? You're just the middle one. They use you to control and run the people that can't think for themselves.
Who the hell is that? He said, wouldn't Lil Durk's actions be pushing peace though? Not necessarily. I mean, let me tell you, towards when he seen that them feds was coming, yeah, it was different. But it still didn't make sense because once again, you're still dissing. Remember that time he said he was gonna stop dissing the Duck or something like that? And then next you know, he did that song and he said, oh, I forgot what the song was. Anyway, yeah. Now, all right. So remember when Jay said we're past kneeling, right? His actions were to make you believe he was. Facts. But I ain't even trying to go to Chicago way right now. Now remember when Jay said we're past kneeling, right? In a room full of YT people. Now pay attention. Why nobody asked him this? If we're past kneeling, then what's next? Right? That simple question right there, nobody asks. If we're past kneeling, what's next? You know what's crazy? Everyone know how to tear down another man's plans, but could never tell us one themselves. And this ain't just about Jay, even though he's definitely the main chess player. But how many of these guys got major success financially, but yet they don't do nothing for the people, but they act like they do. They say they words. And before you say things like, oh, well, what is he supposed to do? Help everybody in the hood? No. But what I do think should be done, if you're going to sit there and profit off the hood's trauma and what came from the hood, why can't we do something to help the hood, right? It don't got to be $1 gazillion, but something. Everyone just all talk about helping. Everyone love talking about financial literacy and blah, blah. But who's really doing the work? Right? Who's doing the work? Oh, Jay came out with a song. When I listened to it on 444, he was preaching financial literacy. Okay. Oh, okay. What else? Oh, Jay's told us to, we should invest our money in. Duh. He's a 30, 40-year-old. So yeah, Jay was speaking that financials. He told us we should invest our money. Duh. And this is the thing, right? It's not about hating. The only reason why I'm using Jay is because right now he's viral about it. But it's a lot of these guys that do the same thing. They all do the same thing. When it's time to sell something, when it's time to get a deal done, when it's time to do X, Y, and Z, they all do the same thing, y'all. It's just this. He's very good at it. I ain't gonna lie. He's probably one of the best at it. But like I said, everyone loves talking about helping. Everyone loves talking about financial literacy, but it stays at that. It stays at the talks, right? And please don't mention bail reform because a lot of people. Oh well, the bail reform. What about it? Let me tell you, that's a question I love asking people when they be like, "Well, he does the bail reform. What about it? What about bail reform?" I mean, Kim Kardashian does bail reform, right? This is what I'm saying, man. We got to start asking questions. Stop putting. You know what would be crazy? Some people really be getting into arguments over celebrities. You ever had that one friend like he just loved, let's say, Kendrick Lamar, or he loves Drake, or he loves Jay. You say one little thing, they damn, you don't even know these people. You don't even know these people. You ready to jump down my neck because you trying to defend somebody you don't even know. Keep in mind, I only told you my opinion of them. But these are the type of fans that these guys have. Where they could say, do anything, and people really believe it. And I mean, I never was too caught up on celebrities like that, but it just is what it is, man. I got another damn, what's that video? I think I found, let me see. But you know what this reminds me of, right? Whenever I see this type of behavior going on, it's like Martin Luther King. And I'm not talking about the I have a dream speech because of course they always showed us that. I'm talking about the speech where he said he realized what he was doing to us and he realized that he was wrong. Basically misleading his people. Y'all remember that? A lot of people don't because it's not advertised as much as the Martin Luther King dream speech, right? But if y'all remember, he said, I feel I may have integrated my people into a burning house. That's a fact. In layman's terms, I've led y'all astray into accepting terms and conditions that we shouldn't have been accepting because it's not working because them same people ain't playing fair. They're not playing fair. Right? Martin Luther King will tell you, all right, well, listen, if they hit you, don't hit back. Just tell them you don't like that. The YT people like, yeah, keep saying it. Yeah, keep doing that. We gonna keep hitting this. We gonna hit y'all until we can't hit no more. And that's what was happening. So once he realized that, right? Because the part that people don't know about MLK, he started trying to preach to the people about real financial literacy, about real estate, about like real ways to make money and real ways to help. You know what happened? They got rid of that man so damn fast. So damn fast. Matter of fact, y'all know we like going all across the board. I like talking real. Hold on. I like talking real. Right? You hear that? I forgot his name. I moved up. Damn. I forgot his name. Oh, somebody said his name is Reverend Samuels, right? He was a minister in Memphis. That was a guy that was actually there the day that Martin Luther King was, I think, as we could call it, assassinated, right? And that was him speaking out at one of his speeches, and he basically slipped up and said, "As I moved out the way so they can get a clear shot." Wait. What that mean, right? If it's an assassination, how you knew it was coming? And this is the things that they don't tell us. Hold on, let me try to bring it closer so y'all can see. These are the things that they don't tell us. He said, "I moved out the way so he can get a clear shot." You moved out the way so he can get it. How you know? Hold on. Mm-hmm. Now, also, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably didn't even know that video existed. A lot of y'all probably don't even know who Reverend Samuels is. A lot of y'all probably don't even know that MLK wasn't even taken out by that bullet. When he got to the hospital, they suffocated him, allegedly. Right? So it's a lot of things. That's why I always say, don't take my word for it. Right? Don't take other people's word for it. What you should do is, after you see things like this, hopefully it brings awareness and you start going down your own rabbit holes. That's what this page, this whole platform is about. It's all about bringing awareness. Do your own due diligence. That's it. Don't take nothing you hear as a cold stone fact, right? I said cold stone. See, nobody was going to correct me. I didn't say cold stone. I meant stone cold. Motherfucker didn't say cold stone. Lord have mercy. Anyway, let's get to but yeah, so rest in peace to Dick Gregory too. For y'all that don't know, he was definitely like real. If you know anything about Mr. Gregory, that man ain't play. And when it came to facts and things that he knew about that industry in the entertainment world, period, it was nothing you could tell that man. Because whatever he's seen, he stood 10 toes on it. When he did interviews and guys tried to sit there and tell him, oh no, well, they say, he like, man, they say what? I don't care what they say. I was there. I know. He got a whole thing about the Malcolm X thing, in which that's a whole video for another time. But for y'all that don't know, since I was young, I've been obsessed with the whole. See, there's certain words I can't say, but the unaliving of Malcolm X. Since I was young, I went to the Hammerstein Ballroom. I done went to they got a museum for the stuff of the day he passed away. I done been to what else? I think his house that he had. I forgot where it was. His daughter. Did I meet his daughter? Yeah, I met his daughter. She came and she spoke at a school I went to back in the day. Let me tell y'all, if you know anything about that whole situation with Malcolm X, man, it was so wrong. I encourage anybody, if you can, look into Malcolm X and what he been through, the days leading up to his demise, or the months leading up to his demise, and how he felt about the nation and everything. If you hear me stuttering, it's because when you on YouTube, you can't really say certain things. So I'll be trying as I go to substitute, but it'd be hard sometimes. But yeah, man. Shout out to Malcolm X. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Mr. Gregory as well.
Next time you see the picture of King on the balcony shot, see them black folks pointing up.
Mm-hmm.
How they know it wasn't going to be another shot?
Mm-hmm.
Human nature for you to hit. Some come to the weak hit.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm, we sued and made the government give us the autopsy. Why? Come on, white boy, you know that was a federal crime. That's why I need to go tell the world on y'all. Till you make deals, I need this information because I got to teach my mama. Because I want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
point.
So for y'all that didn't get what he just said, he said you make deals. When you want certain things behind the door, You got to make deals. The thing is, they're not going to give you the information, but if you make a deal, listen, I'm not going to expose this, but I just want this information so I could teach, or I just want for whatever, I don't know. But he's basically saying that when you're messing with them folks, right, and you want something, you got to make a deal.
Two guys shooting up on stage on the listen down down the right. That famous picture with the brothers and they love them out. New York undercover cop. So secret is this paycheck came utility.
And that's another thing. The person that was, if y'all, damn, I don't know if they got the picture up, but they probably do. If you ever seen the movie, the man that called himself giving Malcolm X mouth to mouth CPR, whatever, he really wasn't giving him CPR. It was all just one big show.
CIA. But see, you don't do mouth to mouth on the chest wound. You go after to the lungs. When you look at Malcolm's autopsy and James O'Reilly's autopsy, he both died from the same thing. Had bullets to the lung. When they were in the side, they gonna shoot you in the chest. They got the bullets in the. So never before. If they went after somebody, kill them. Jesus said invest with the disciples. Julius Caesar said invest with the ladies. Education is not power. What is not power?
No, say I can't hear it. He talking low. That's why he talking low as hell. Hold on, let me see if you can. He talking low. Stick, what's the word? Let me know if y'all can hear. If you can hear, press 1. He just talking low.
It's human nature for you to hit. Some comfortable when you hit. They did. Malcolm, we sued.
Gangland, appreciate you, bro. I don't know what's up with the audio, but we gonna figure it out. Next, like I said, when we start going live full time, we're gonna make it a little, little optimization with it, man. But let's get into the other one. My fault. Y'all know the reason why we always be veering off when it comes to these topics, man, it's just that it's a whole bunch of real stuff going on, and we always end up varying it from one thing to the next. But at the end of the day, it all constructs with each other because it's all just the weird stuff that's going on within that industry, and it happens time after time after time. Look, this is Dick Gregory talking about this, right? This is not some stuff that's just happening. And this is why I don't understand how it's so hard for people to believe that the weird stuff is going on and who's behind the weird stuff, because history has shown us that this is nothing new. This is nothing new. This is not like this is just happening. And in most cases, it's the same people involved. That's the crazy part. It's the same people with the same allegations. Before Diddy, right? Just look at how this look, right? Before Diddy got hit with all those charges and accusations, people been saying like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that some weird stuff going on at them parties, weird this, weird that, weird. But nobody said nothing, right? Everybody was Team Diddy. Next, you know, the media come out, they put their little spin on it. They say, oh, hate Diddy. Now everybody hate Diddy. I'm gonna tell you one thing right now, right? There's gonna come a time. There's gonna come a time. It's gonna be Jay. It's gonna be a lot. Because y'all gotta remember, it has to come a time where they have to refresh. Jay gonna get too damn old. He can't live forever, right? And not only that, it's just at the end of the day, this is the cycle. Before Jay and Diddy, there was other people too, right? So it's gonna come a time where their time is gonna come. And I want to see how people act. I want to see how people react to this. I want to see how the same people that was rooting for this man, how they turn out. Because this happens all the time. Trust me. We see it all the time. Look what they did to Drake. Look what they currently doing to Drake, matter of fact. Everybody love Drake. We're in 2026. This man been making hits since 2008. Never had a problem, especially when he was on a label. Fast forward to now, they're saying he's not black. They're saying he's not for the culture. They're saying, oh, he's not like it doesn't make sense. But like I said, everybody has their time. Everybody. So just understand your favorite rapper, the person you like, you might like them now. There's gonna come a time where everybody's gonna hate them. It's been like that from the beginning of time. Rest in peace, DMX. They did it to DMX. Rest in peace, Prodigy. They did it to Prodigy. Rest in peace, Tupac. They did it to Tupac. Right? Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. They did it to Michael Jackson his whole career. This man's whole career, right? Well, I'm not gonna say whole career. I'll say once he became who he became, he spent the rest of his life trying to defend himself. The man spent the rest of his life defending himself in courts. And to this day, not one charge stuck against this man. But yet, they still run with the pedo stuff, and it doesn't make sense. Right? They claim this man like so many youngins and this and that. Why not one charge stuck? Doesn't make sense, right? Not one charge. Then when you come to find out the backstory between certain things, it's like, all right, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. All right, so we ain't done with Jay. Hold on. We ain't done with Jay. We gotta go back to this. As a dealer, I know her. So, but I'm not her. Wow, long time. He said, Hookah, what do you think about that meteorite that smacked Massachusetts yesterday? You know what? I gotta read more about that. I seen it on Instagram, but I was scrolling. I wasn't paying too much attention. I gotta look more into it. Y'all gotta remember, man, we live in see, I'm about to get off subject again, but we live so you got the galaxy, right? You got the galaxy. You got the what they call that? I forgot what they call that, right? But let's say it's Earth. We live on planet Earth, right? According to them, Earth is in a galaxy, right? A whole bunch of stuff pass it, right? Now it's crazy because they do a great job putting whatever they put. See, you know what's crazy? I don't really like talking about this stuff like that because for y'all that don't know, this is the stuff we used to talk about in the beginning of the channel, and that's what got us shadow banned from the beginning. But just know, man, just know, um, it's gonna be a lot of this. I feel by 2030. Damn. All right, by 2030, it's definitely something's gonna happen. And I'm not saying like catastrophic. I don't know. Maybe before then, but it's something. Something is brewing because they're fiending for a reset. They're fiending for a reset. So something is definitely brewing. If you pay attention, whether it's the oil is shooting up, if you pay attention, they're putting silver and gold, and you see what I'm saying? You just gotta pay attention, and you know something's brewing. And they tell you too. When you start hearing, oh, this person, these billionaires are moving from New York, or these billionaires going here, and y'all just gotta pay attention. They tell you, they gotta tell you. It's part of their ritual. When seeking the truth, good people don't watch the daily news. Yeah, I mean, you can't because they're just gonna give you whatever it is that they want you to believe. It's part of the agenda, right? That's why when you watch the news, it's the same thing over and over, right? And it messes with your frequency, your nervous system. When you watching the news and all you hear is somebody got shot, stabbed, fraud, this happened, that, it's always negative. They have, that's what they have to do. But it's a lot bigger than that, man. It's a lot of things that people are not talking about. And I kind of refrained and held back from that. That's why I stopped kind of going live before, because it's a lot of things y'all don't see behind the scenes, like where. So he said, as big as your channel is, bro, I know they keep you out. Well, yeah. Well, like right now, right? A couple of people, this was going to happen tomorrow. People going to ask me, "Oh, I thought you was going live," because I told a couple people I was going live. I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I was." "Oh, I didn't get the notification." That's how it starts. The notifications don't go out to everybody. And then, like I said, I know we shadow banned, so it just is what it is. I was delivering packages and I heard a crazy crash sound, and one of the customers told me it was me. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Some people, some people are predicting. Cause I seen two people on Tick. I don't want to say the whole thing because YouTube, but I seen a couple people on Tick say that as early as July there's supposed to be some earthquake. I don't know. No. I feel whenever we put all of our energy into something like that, you kind of like attract it, you magnetize it. So that's why I don't really speak on it. But if y'all know anything, we've been hearing about these type of events for the longest. Sometimes it's fear mongering. Sometimes it may be right or wrong. But I tell people all the time, live your life. Live your life. Don't worry. If you live in fear, you can't live. I was living like that when I was young, because remember when you was a kid, remember they was like, yo, when the year 2000 come, it's going to be a big blackout. It's supposed to be this. It's supposed to be that. Man, I was scared out of my life. I was scared as hell. Like, oh, man. So when 1999 was here and then the ball dropped, man, I was just praying the light stay. I remember I was in the room praying the light stay on. Next thing you know, 12 o'clock hit, nothing happened. I'm like, man, Lord have mercy. Here I go thinking it was about to be the end. But back then I had a computer, so what I did was I said, you know what? Back before social media and before these apps, we had message boards and forums that everybody was on. So I was staying on the forum. It was a message board. Was it Hip Hop DX? I think it was one of them. But anyway, I stayed on there to see if people were going to post, because they used to tell you where people are posting from. So I said, well, if he posts, it can't be the end of the world. All right, he's still here. I'm still here too. 2030 deaths will spike again, disappear as fast as it came, hence the bunkers being built. Yeah, listen, they're not building them things for nothing. I can't say what they built them for because we don't know, but trust me, they ain't building for nothing, especially those camps. But like I said, these conversations are risky on here. Did you see or physically feel anything when you heard that sound? See, and that's another thing too. See, damn, I want to get into these. That's why, you know what? I gotta make a Discord. These are these type of conversations I like having. Because, like you said, did you see or physically feel anything when you heard that sound? A lot of times, if you're not really in tune with like frequency and stuff like that, because a lot of us are controlled by frequency and things that we don't even know because we don't see it. Yo, do y'all know what's to get off topic real quick? Because I just read about this 2 days ago. Do y'all know soon for like YouTube, I believe, but a company is going to be selling to a whole bunch of other companies as well. But they have this thing called synth IDs, where it's a watermark that's invisible. How crazy is that? It's an invisible watermark that's going to start being on videos that you can't see, but they will be on videos to determine whether videos are AI or not. And it's a whole bunch of other things they do, but it was crazy to me because it's like when you think about it, these people do any and everything to control. You see what I'm saying? Any and everything to control. It's like a monopoly. Like, let me see. Synth ID. Let me see if they got it up still. What is a synth? And most people don't even know this exists. Because I damn sure damn. Look. A synth ID, Google DeepMind. Synth ID is a technology developed by Google DeepMind that watermarks and identifies AI-generated content by embedding digital watermarks into images, audio, text, or video, helping to ensure transparency and trust in generative AI. Like what? Like, man, people didn't know what they was asking for when they wanted this world to be ran by AI and all this crazy technology going out. Digital watermarks. Say, hey, Hookah, what city you from? I can't tell your accent. I'm all over, man. Don't worry, man. I'm all over, baby. I'm all over. We all over. It's crazy because the amount of times I get asked that question, because nobody can see the face, and which is crazy because soon we're gonna start vlogging too, going to certain hookah lounges and stuff. I'll keep y'all in tune. I had those meta glasses for like 2 years now and never used them, but I finally found a reason to use them. So definitely this summer we're gonna have a lot of vlogs, something new. But yeah, so let's get back. My fault. We got off topic. Crazy.
And however long she's been recording, that's not matter. Don't you remember?
So the reason why I brought this up, right? Because there's been a lot of scandals allegedly on Jay name when it comes to him messing with certain people. If y'all know, they say he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was, allegedly, Aaliyah when she was, allegedly, and Beyonce, allegedly. So this is why this is funny because he was asked about like when did he start messing with her, and people he said.
Beyonce has a deal there. I know her. So, but I'm not her. Wow, long time.
Repeat that.
However long she's been recording, that's when I met her. Don't you remember how long it was? Yeah, when I met her. I mean, was it 5 years ago? Was it? I met her 10 years ago. What did you say?
Repeat that.
At that time? Wow. I see. Yeah, that's a fantastic talent. Was that what you said? Yeah. Because
Yeah. Oh man. All right. We went through that. Boy got a interesting track record when it comes to these females, man. Who are definitely from the Northeast. I know my Northeast is either Jersey or New York. Ha, my boy Jay. My boy Jay.
Because Beyonce.
Now pay attention to this video, y'all.
This nigga Jay-Z would even rap some shit like this. Look, listen. In his words, still nigga. None of that shit don't matter because look at his community. He starts rapping about bullshit like he always does. You want to know why he rapping about bullshit? Because he don't got nothing to talk about. This is how he thinks he can relate to you. He throw an afro on, all black, put this gangster ideology, bullshit on. This nigga ain't you. Oh, we see through all that already. The third eye is open, man. Your time is coming to an end too, just like everybody else.
Now, the reason why I played that, right? Because earlier when I seen that, it's crazy. Because he basically said everything that I was thinking. When you go back to the Jay-Z video, right? When he was doing the freestyle, and he mentioned stabbing, which was kind of crazy to me because, like you said, this is the same person that, supposed to be past that, all that gang stuff he's not with. But yet, this is a situation that happened almost 30 years ago. And he talking about ask how I get under skin. It's kind of weird. Keep in mind, they're saying that he wasn't even the one that stabbed He said, I'm from Yonkers. That's crazy. Yo, y'all are crazy. He said, Yonkers is crazy. Shout out to Yonkers. Yonkers is crazy, though. I don't think I ever been. Oh, man, if I did, I had a shorty up there actually. He said, "Nah, that was funny." He said Yonkers. I know, yo, that's crazy. Yo, you know what's funny? You never really hear anything about Yonkers. Just seeing it is funny. Yonkers, like what? He said hookah from Yonkers. Oh, come on. Oh, damn. Hopefully, I ain't trying to play it. From Yonkers, I'm still on that. That was insane to me. From Yonkers, damn. Let me check. I know some of y'all probably from Yonkers too. Nah, we got to go to what's the name though. Shout out to Oschino. Oschino crazy. I'm over here crying. Nah, yeah, you took me for that one. Boy lost me. Boy said, yo, yeah, I never even got asked that before. Just seeing that word typed is crazy. Yonkers.
There's so much data. We'll be building models all night.
Yo, that was a good one. I never even heard. I don't even think I met anybody from Yonkers. D Block, ain't D Block from Yonkers. Jada Kiss. I couldn't tell you anything that go down. Yonkers. That's it.
Bro, look, I don't. Bro, you're 60,000 years old, bro. Beyonce.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Oschino. One thing about Oschino, he is a stuttering bastard, but he funny as hell, and he owns it too. He know he stutter. He don't care. He don't care, boy. Hold on.
I would not be in Philadelphia with the blue stage to Australia, and whoever else was talking about, I would not be doing it. Unless
He said from where? One more time. Yonkers. Like just like when you really sit back and say that word alone sound crazy. Yonkers. Like when somebody be like, yo, where you from? I'm from Yonkers. What? Nah, boy. Nah. Shout out to Yonkers though. Ain't it past Bronx? It's past Mount Nah. Nah. Yeah, see, they're about to say hookah from Mount Vernon. That's a fact. Even Mount Vernon sound crazy. But I actually know people from Mount Vernon, so it's but Mount Vernon even sound crazy. Like, yo, where you from? Mount Vernon. What? And they still like they be like, yo, it's New York. It is, but it's like wow, Mount Vernon. That sounds crazy too.
our fellas are hurt, and I want to get payback, and I want to feel like, bro, look, I don't. 60,000 years old, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You know what it is? It's Sunday, and I've been a little active today, so I can't go as crazy as I usually go. But that was funny. That got it.
You don't know what hairstyle you want, bro. Before you join it, you got girls like, I don't know, my hair down with braids on. You don't even, you 69,000 don't even know what hairstyle you get. You in the mirror like, I wish I tried. You 69,000. So let me find out your dreadlocks was weave.
Yo, first of all, he said he's 69,000. The irony of that is Oschino old as hell too. But the reason why nobody could really bother Oschino, because he own it. You see what I'm saying? He own it. He like, all right. He said, trust me, I knew you was from there. Once you said money earner, I said, yep, there you go. There you go. There you go. Cause when people from those places, they be, they gotta put they little twist on it to make, like the people from Long Island, what they say? Money Long Island or Long Money Island. There you go. Long Money Island. It's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody the other day was like, yo, first of all, this is crazy to me. Somebody said, um, who I could have sworn I heard your voice. It had to be you in Staten Island. I'm like, yep, wasn't me. It, He trying like, yo, fool, you sure you're not from no, Bucko? You said Staten Island. I don't know. Ain't no way in hell. He said you from yo, it had to be you. I heard your voice. I could have sworn it was in Staten. No, once you said Staten, once he said Staten, I said no. Because I already know where you're going with this. Wait, like, wait, no, he really trying to convince me, yo, nah, yo, man, I could have sworn it was you, your voice, bro, because you know you don't show your face, so you know the voice. No, bro, like you trying to, it wasn't me. I don't know who it was. Cigarette Anonymous, Alcohol Anonymous. I don't know what it wasn't me, Bucko. Once he said stat, no, no, I'm sorry. Oh.
Listen, you got bigger fish to fry. You don't need to be talking about no damn seafood. If you got weave in your hair, bro, if you got weave dreadlocks, shame on you. Shame on you. First one in my head.
Yo, you know what's crazy too? So everybody was saying that it seemed like it was weave in Jay-Z hair. To this day, we don't know if it's weave or not. We don't know what it was. But there's a woman from Houston. She's a hairstylist from Houston. She said no. She confirmed that's Jay-Z's real hair. She did it for him. Only thing she did was comb it out. Let me see if I can find the article. Yeah, every borough definitely got their own accent. That's a fact. Well, they probably, of course, they're not gonna show it. But I ain't gonna lie, Jay. I don't know where Jay came. Who told him this was cool? I get it. Basquiat, whatever. I don't. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Jay lucky he a billionaire, boy. I ain't gonna lie. He lucky. He better thank God every day that he's a billionaire or multi-million, whatever he is. He better thank God. He got some paper at least. But he better thank God he got some damn paper. He better thank God he got some paper, boy.
This fact that you trying to be Basquiat. And I mean, I understand you affect my Jay-Z just like Basquiat 50,000 times. And Halloween.
I ain't gonna lie, the hair was crazy. I think this was like some fake hair though. This was like some fake hair though. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I said the same thing too. He said he paid someone to. I don't know if he paid her per se, but yeah, it was kind of weird because it's just like I don't know if y'all be in tune with the whole baddies, whatever that crap is. But you know, if you got a shorty, that's what they watch. But it's just like when the Lemmy guy, the CEO, where he got accused of, I think, putting his hands on women and paying girls or whatever. And then every last one of the baddies at the same time, like in sync with each other, came out on social media and said, no, well, he don't put hands on me. Let me don't do this to me. It's like that's the most obvious. Like, why would y'all do that all in sync like that? Why would y'all do that together? And then it come to find out it was a lie because I forgot who put him out there. Like, oh yeah, he paid the girls to say, look, see, I think we all knew that. How the hell you get somebody to come out right away like that? Oh no, that's his hair. No, that's trust me, I did it. I did it. Trust me, I guess.
Basquiat was a gay artist from New York City, right? Why would not because he's gay and I'm professional gay people y'all condemn. I'm just saying, why would I want to be like him? Why you sound like him? Homie, you've been lost touch with reality with people, bro. You're gone. You live in that big house, empty, Beyonce in the dancing, put up on tricks and dance, watch the kids, you're bored. You watch on YouTubers, Mickey channels, watching everything, you're bored. That's okay.
Yo, you know, now that I think about it, yo, have y'all put this together too? Remember when and it's crazy. Think about it. Who's Rockefeller? Right? And then when you think after Rockefeller, now it's Basquiat. What do Basquiat and Rockefeller got in common, y'all? Y'all let me know y'all let me know in the comments, right? Or chat, whatever they say now. What do Basquiat and Rockefeller got in common? Let me see if y'all know. I didn't even think. That's crazy. That's crazy. I just thought about it. Let me see if y'all can catch it. Let me see if I gotta put it up for y'all. Let me see if y'all. First of all, why am I about to spell it like this? How you know? See, I'm about to spell it like Rockefeller. Some people say Jay is older than what people think. Alleged. Well, as y'all know, when it comes to that industry, they all got like fake ages. They all and they tell you too. I forgot which actor it was that exposed it. Like, oh yeah, everybody got fake ages, which is crazy. But if he got a fake age, his age got to be crazy because he's looking like the age. How you look like the fake? No, how you look worse than the fake age? How you look older than the fake age? Nah, man. They have Satan. Nah, that too, but I'm trying to see if I can let me see. Let me tell you right now. Damn, oh, I thought they probably was gonna have it. No, they don't got it up there. Damn, I don't know if I want to put this. So it was a rumor. Actually, oh, Nas said it too. Yeah. That Rockefeller was GAY. Here, 15 GAY founding fathers and mothers. Hold on. Which now is kind of crazy now that I think about it. Because now he got some explaining to do. It's no way in hell you go from Rockefeller and then now Basquiat. That pattern is kind of crazy, right? Or maybe I'm tripping. Nah, I ain't tripping. There's no way I'm tripping. Like, why you keep modeling yourself after these, figures? James Buchanan, Abraham. Nah, Abraham Lincoln wasn't sus. And it's crazy. They say this man was yeah, and look, they're gonna say Abraham Lincoln's actuality has been questioned publicly for a century and a half. Have y'all ever realized that this man always catch like the flack? And I'm pretty sure y'all know why. Because allegedly, they're saying that he wasn't even what's his name. He wasn't even a Caucasian man. He was supposed to be melanated. Hence why he's on the penny too. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, I'm not for y'all. I told you I'll be all over the place. When I see certain things, I'll be all over the place. But yeah, they don't got that up here. But yeah, that's crazy. Now that I think about it, because if y'all remember, right, Nas. That's why Nas said that in the ether. Oh, that's what it was. Rockefeller died at 8. That's what it was. So that's what it was. So hold on, I'm gonna break it down for y'all real quick. All right, so sclerotic. What? I never heard this one. Yeah. See, they Google funny, man. All right, anyway. Rockefeller. Interesting. Anyway, I just put two and two together. It was kind of strange. Like I said, Basquiat, we knew Basquiat. We know that for a fact. Basquiat was on some turned up. And then and I always ask that, like, why I don't know why he modeled himself after Basquiat too. Cause yeah, I know he was like, painter, whatever. But if you really know Basquiat and what he was into, it's kind of weird. Like he, heavy into drugs, heavy into the guy play. So like, what's that about? I never paid attention to that one.
That's why I expect more from you. I expect you to carry like a OG billionaire, but now you're like a rookie. What? And I got you. You're not acceptable. Okay? You stuttering or Chetty Patty? I would rather be a stuttering Chetty Patty than a man who spends millions of dollars like to take a DNA test for my son. Good Lord. Preach off, preach. I will. All right,
Yeah, so all right, so this is, if y'all remember, right, that's another thing. And nobody calls, of course, because it's Jay, but nobody calls this man out on none of this. Do y'all know that Jay gotta be the first man in history to win a paternity suit without taking a paternity test? Right? Hold on, let me show y'all. Y'all know the he was in court with the kid, I think Ra something, I forgot his name. But for years he been trying to get Jay to take the test. Like, yo, like, all right, if you claim I'm not yours, take the test. Jay refused to take that test, y'all. Jay refused to take that test. And then I think it was either a couple months ago or last year, he won in court and they told him, yo, listen, all right, that's it. You can't open this back up. That's it. But my thing is, Jay never took that test, so how did he win? Let's look this up. Hold on. Right? It was last year. He dropped the lawsuit. Hold on. Yeah, definitely not true justice. It doesn't make sense. And then it says spares him legal fees. Ain't spare no legal fees. Ramir, that's his name, Ramir.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I just want to hop on here and just say a couple words. We keep you guys updated. I want to thank everybody for all the support you guys been giving us. I really appreciate you guys supporting this ass that you continue to send support and love our way. And we send it back. It's been nothing but great energy, and that's all we just trying to give out. That's all we move off is the truth over here. And as I said, this is bigger than me. This case is bigger than me. Everything is just basically about growing and fixing the problem. We shouldn't be going through certain things in these court rooms and court systems that people are actually going through right now. So what I say is just, stand on what you believe in. And so I wanted to hop on here and just let everybody know that we're continuing our fight. We have a lot of things going on for the family. Had some family deaths. My mom anniversary at that date. This was October 26th. And I honestly just really been spending time with the family and my kids, and I've been working a lot, took up a lot of extra hours. So, it's a lot of holidays coming up. I just want to make sure the kids happy. So, I've been stepping back, not meaning I'm not worrying about my kids. It just meaning I'm stepping back and just taking care of my health and the family. But what I can say is, like, there's still a lot going on, y'all. I just want y'all to keep your eyes open, send the energy, and watch everything, because we can't sit here and continue to let these judges and lawyers do what they want. It is not just about my case. It's about all what's going on around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And letting these guys just.
And it's funny, I say that all the time. So when people see us talk about certain until it happens close to home, right? But the problem is, if you can in the bud before it happens close to home, maybe we could avoid it. But once again, nobody cares. It's like a selfish thing. Nobody cares until it happens close to home. So nothing ever get nipped in the bud at all. So I like what he said. He said, "Yo, it's not just about my case. It's about all the letting this happen. Like the judges, the detectives, the crooked this, the crooked that. Crazy." I still wonder why he fell back though. Oh wow. Yeah, of course you're gonna talk about no legal fees. Of course, man. Listen, but then what I also found crazy. He's saying that he just stepped back after all these years, right? 10+ years. This actually was more than 10 years. But after all these years, he just stepped back. Why? I think we know why. He probably got that call. Like, yo, listen, I know we've been playing with you before. We ain't playing now, right? All that trying to take us to court, embarrassing us on social media. Stop that. What's going on here? Yeah, but then we got the. Hold on, let me see. I like to think that people do care. It's that they had unfortunately mastered the mental distractions, leading to most not knowing. Well, that's a fact too. But once again, this is why I always try to tell people: think for yourself. Think for yourself. Do for yourself. Right? Stop putting so much faith. Stop putting so much of effort and things into these celebrities. You got to remember, right? Energy is everything. Without our energy, without us, period, there'll be no them. And that goes for all your favorite celebrities or whatever. We make them, right? The same way, just like how y'all tune in or whatever to the platform. It's the same thing. If nobody watching, it's nothing. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they need us just as much as well. We don't need them, but we enjoy their music or we enjoy them acting. We enjoy the athletes. But at the end of the day, we gotta remember that this is a business. Some people ain't as honest, right? The things they put in the music, the things we don't know about, the things that target our subconscious, how they control us through our subconscious without us even knowing. But without us even knowing, when you get certain melodies, certain frequencies, and noises, certain colors that control you without you even knowing, but it controls your subconscious, right? These are the things people don't understand. So when you hear a certain song, you're like, oh, this song is whack. You keep hearing it. Now you wonder, like, damn, I hear this song so much, I like it now. You know why? Because they understand psychology. They understand the human body. They know the human psyche. They know enough to know that repetition will make you inevitably like the song, whether you really like it or not. But repetition will do it every time. See what I'm saying? And if you're not informed of that certain stuff, you're easily controlled. Easily. Let me see. Oh, wrong one. So we're going for this episode. We're gonna call you Hov. We're gonna call you Hovey Bone. You like the part of Hov that's that ass. You are. See, you was giving LA. Hovey Bone. I don't know what I want to be. I'm lost in this whole time. You was giving. I'm confused. Lost the translation. Hovey.
he said was stop taking music and stuff like that and not paying people properly. If you give support 5% of that, just want to love you song, you're making millions of dollars. But you don't want to see anybody with anything. Okay? That's just a fair thing. I was there when you stole the song. I don't care what Google lying and people lying for you, bro. Oh, you gotta respect the fact that I keep it the same. I don't care who you are, bro. You said you said Spike down on love, right? Again, right? You said that you're still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. You said that to a crowd of people that's poor.
Yo, you know what's funny? I only got up to this part before I actually thought about using this video to talk about it. But he's right. When you really pay attention to certain things, I know everybody's entertained, but like he said, you're talking to a crowd full of people who's probably 9 times out of 10 down on their luck. Right? And what people don't understand is we're in different times. They're getting rid of middle class. So if you think, oh no, I'm not poor, but I'm not rich, but I'm middle class. And the point to where you either got it or you don't, bucko. They're ushering out the middle class anyway. So when you say things like, yo, you're talking to a crowd full of poor people or down on their luck, well, that's exactly what's going on. But they don't know enough to hold them accountable. They never hold you accountable for anything. But they don't know enough to hold them accountable. So you're stunting, right? And it's crazy because in the music that you're stunting in, you're basically stunting on us, right? But once again, people are so distracted. People are so mesmerized. People are so entertained. I get it. But when are we going to wake up and start holding people accountable? We had to go back for that. Let's see what he said.
You said it to a crowd of people that's poor. Saucy. We used to like ghetto sometimes. We have hard times.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I have hard times, it's okay. I'm from the ghetto for real, Jay-Z. The thing about hard times is they don't last forever. When you built like a soldier like me. So you should be happy. You're going to call me Jenny Penn. I ain't that out there pushing my pistol like I used to be doing. Y'all should be very glad. And when your bozo friend Bleak, Memphis Bleak, that's never been to Memphis, you know, I'm Colorado old because of that, right? So it's all this violence, right? Violence. I never said violence to nobody. I mean, come from Philadelphia. It's violence for real. Okay? I ain't never talk violence to him. I never said I'm going to do this. I don't do that. Oh, I was helping you. Say my name on it. You give me paid, bro. Bro, I can't believe it, bro. If you got, listen, let me say something. You got $1 billion. You still want to be in Philly on the stage. That means you're attention order. Your attention, see, you want all the attention. He mad Jake Pop. Jake, them hands for me. Took his spot.
Yo, always crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, always crazy. But one thing you gotta love about he gonna say the things that people not gonna say. And sometimes he may look crazy saying it, but he don't care because he live in his truth. I would never be mad at somebody that do that. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Because if they believe in something, they stand 10 toes on it. They don't care about what other people's opinions are. Those are good friends to have. Those are good people to have around. They're gonna hold you, holding you accountable. You do something silly, they're gonna hold you accountable. Yo, nah, you bugging, bro. Your breath stink? Yo, nah, yo, bro, you gotta go brush your jibs. You got friends. Let me tell y'all, some of y'all right now got friends that right now you can walk in a room and your breath smell like hot. Who did it to you? And you know what? As your friend, they're not gonna tell you. Right? They're not gonna tell your feet, cause your underarm can stay. And you know what? They're not gonna tell you. They're just gonna let you walk around like that. A real friend, right? Don't care how you feel. He gonna tell you, yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie, boy. Come, I ain't gonna do this in front of everybody, but yo, listen, you gotta hit them jibs. I don't know what you got going on. Maybe you had a hard day. Maybe you slept before you came here. Maybe you ate doodle. Maybe you woke up and ate doodle eggs and doodle sausages. I don't know what you did, but at the end of the day, you gotta fix that, bro. You see what I'm saying? Those are real friends. And in return, they would do the same thing for you. Or you would hope they would do the same thing for you. But never do you want a friend that's just gonna sit there and let you go out bad like that. At all. And you know what's crazy is a lot of us got friends like that. And they think it's just, especially women. Shout out to the women out there. But a lot of women, they have friends that don't like telling them the truth in fear of their friendship breaking up. This is why a lot of them be having hidden animosity inside. And it's not that, oh, they just stopped being friends. No, a lot of this been just brewing inside. They just didn't want to tell each other. That's why when they get a little intoxicated or when they get into their first argument, it all comes out. And you think it's something new. It's not something new. She just been tired of it. She just wasn't saying nothing at first. But she really been tired of it. She just didn't say nothing. Crazy work, man. Let me see what's going on here. Some friends you could pass a mint, others reveal spells because they talk too much. That's a fact too. See, you got some friends that you know what they'll do. They'll be like, all right, you know what? Listen here, hold this down. Or this matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all, if you got a friend, right? They breath a little on fire, you know what you do? This is what you do right here. You get out a gum like you getting it for yourself, right? You get it like you getting it out for yourself, and after you get it like you getting it out for yourself, you take it. You be like, yo, you want one? You gotta play it off like, oh, you want one? Right? You gotta play it off like, oh, if you got a minute song, you probably don't even need it. You know, you probably good. You like, I don't need this. What are you talking about? But you still bring it out because you don't want your friend to look crazy if you offer him a gum or if you say something to him about his breath. But what you gotta do is you get it out. After you get it out, you like, I bet. Yo, here, listen, yo, bro, you wanna go? Yeah, I got, I ain't wanna be stingy. Here, take a gum. Please take a gum. Please take a gum, bucko. What's going on? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, sometimes we gotta tell our friends, man. We love them, right? We love our friends. But then, like I said, sometimes you got them friends you keep it real with, like, yo, bro, like, nah, yo, you know. I ain't gonna lie, we all got them that one or two friends that'll keep it real with us. I like keeping those people around me. They don't sugarcoat nothing. They keep you on your game. You know you can't walk around them smelling crazy. You know you can't walk around them looking crazy. They're gonna hold you accountable. Those are the friends I like. Still sharp and still. Simple as that. Trying to hold. Let me see if I can find that. Unsaid he did. He didn't stab him. Who stabbed? So then, hold up. All right, back on live. I'm about to say. Nah, here we go. We back on live. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Here you go. If we can't keep it real, then the friendship is enough. That's a fact. Like let me tell you, all my friends, we keep it real with each other. But thank God, we done been around each other for so long that we don't really need to have that type of, because we already on point. We know you better not go around such and such smelling crazy. He always gonna, or sometimes we got that cousin. I know me, I got that one cousin. Everybody know. You know that one cousin that joked a little too much? That one cousin that you try to say a joke to him, he gonna hit you with real life facts. Like you say, oh, that's why you fat. He like, yeah, that's why you don't got no job and you broke and you borrowed like $20 from Aunt Steenie the other day. Damn. Damn, he gonna hit you where it hurts. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody got that one cousin you just don't joke with. You're like, oh, damn, you stink. Yeah, I know I stink. Just like your career, just like how you got fired. You like, damn. Just how you back at your mother house. Damn. Boy, like I said, everybody got that one. I know I got that one cousin, boy. You leave him alone.
You and Jay, it's been said that Jay he stabbed you. He even got arrested over that incident, right? I mean,
Now, for y'all that don't know, this is This is the that Jay-Z was talking about. This is when he said, ask how I get under skin. Now, keep in mind, y'all, like I said earlier, this whole situation that Jay-Z was referring to happened in 1999. Right? Let me say that again. This incident that he was referring to happened in 1999. That was, if my math is correct, 27 years ago. Right? 27 years ago. He put it in the song. And this is why when Oschino said, yo, he's bored. This is what he was talking about. Like why are we talking about stuff that happened in 1999, bro? It's about to be 2027. Crazy.
I mean, I said it one time, you know, that I didn't get stabbed by Jay, right? So we're gonna start there, and like I said, if you weren't in the room, you see what I'm saying? Cause I could say that me and Jay got into it over Cam. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'll just give you one scenario. One day, I think Dame had already touched on it. One day, Dame comes to the studio, the Hit Factory, and Cam and Mason, all of them are in the studio, and they play it, the interlude record called, and they like, it's called You, and they doing it to Dame, right? So Dame leaves out, he comes back, and he has Jay-Z, Big, and Tata. And, you know, whatever escalated from there, I can say, well, that was Cam. Why y'all came to see me? Because Cam is in here playing you today, right? So there's a bunch of things and finger pointing that I could say on how I thought, you know, where the beef started. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been over a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I said, I paid Jay-Z to rap on a record. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So when was it over? The confrontation y'all had? Because he didn't stab you, but, you know, like you said, y'all did have a, you know, little confrontation over it.
Shout out to the Art of Dialogue for that question. Because you know why? A lot of people didn't ask that question. He said, all right, well, if he didn't stab you and he's saying he did, what was it over?
It was a bunch of bunch of things that escalated. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of things that escalated. One being bootlegging. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things being bootlegging. One of the things being women. One of the things being money. One of the things being you know, who's, and one of the things being, I need this because
I ain't gonna lie. Watching this interview made me lose a couple brain cells as he was talking, but Lord have mercy. Look, he said, wow, the stutter. That's a fact. See, at least you know I ain't lying. I'm sitting here, I was trying to watch it earlier. I'm like, Lord have mercy. And when you watch his interview with Vlad, it's worse. It's worse. He done turned the whole sentence into 2 minutes of talking. How you do that? So, if you pay attention, right? He said it could have been money. It could never let him finish.
Trying to sell records.
So he said it could have been money. It could have been him trying to sell records. It could have been the bootlegging, a whole plethora of things, right? But in reality, a lot of people, not just him, because he didn't mention the girl, but allegedly it was over Charlie Baltimore. I'm not sure if that's probably past some of y'all time for the youngest out there, but I'm pretty sure most of y'all know what's up. But yeah, Charlie Baltimore. That's why Cam said in that song, "I'm sorry, B, but I want a war." He stabbed Un over Charlie Baltimore. And he said sorry to B, he was referring to Beyonce because if y'all know, Cam and Beyonce had a little friendship or whatever they had before she was with Jay-Z. Is it regular or is he having trouble with the flow and delivery of his made up truth? Well, I don't know, but so far I could say when it comes to him saying that Jay didn't stab him, um, allegedly that's true. I'm gonna say allegedly because rewind back, to before, it's been known that Jay wasn't the one that did it. That's why Jay only got 3 years probation, right? That's why he got 3 years probation because he really technically didn't do it. And any evidence would have pointed that he didn't do it and it was somebody else. Now, maybe he didn't tell on who did it. That's a whole different story. But then the people that was also there, the witness accounts, the people that was actually there in the club with them when it happened, a lot of people like them said that Jay didn't stab him neither. And like I said, he only got 3 years probation for stabbing him. So that should tell you something right then and there, right? Definitely shout out to Flea. That boy Cam, Cam different. That's why he didn't want him as president. Yeah, a lot of them didn't. So if y'all remember, right? Oh, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. First and foremost, many believe that once Jay became president of Def Jam, he purposely stopped DMX's career, allegedly. Actually, there's a video on that too. Hold on. Because what happened, if y'all remember, I don't think, see, a lot of people don't know, right? And this is how you erase history. This is how you change the whole trajectory of people's careers. Because before, like, when we see or hear of DMX now, the only thing people talk about, oh, he did drugs. Oh, he was in and out of jail. Oh, DMX is crazy. Oh, this. But if y'all know anything, back in the days, before Jay, or even Wild Jay, DMX was the man. I don't think anybody like DMX was the man. DMX was selling out concerts and he was going platinum and like X was that man. But the problem is, if you wasn't around back in those days, you just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because of what the media tells us. Only thing we see about DMX now, we hear about, oh, he did drugs. You hear his son bashing him. You see him on that stupid TV show with his son. Right? You see his was it his first child mother, something like that? She online discredited him. Oh, I think he had hoodoo on him or whatever she said he had on him. And which probably was true. Right? So what happened was Jay became president of Def Jam. And X said himself, like, yo, ever since he became president, everything went downhill for me. Right? They started shelving me. Like they stopped pushing him. Mind you, this is when X was X. Shut him down, open up shop. Oh, they didn't mind DMX edition when he was making money. Let me tell you, but also that be the narratives that they gotta push. You see what I'm saying? That be the narratives that they gotta push. Oh, he's on drugs. He's on drugs. He's crazy. Well, shit, if you ask me, he been on drugs. If that's the case, he didn't just start doing it. But clearly he was successful before. What came about or what transpired or what happened after Boy got into office and became president, and suddenly, he goes down. And keep in mind, before he became president of Def Jam, it was always like a little competition with X and J, but not just X and J. Like everybody was coming for X spot. X was the man back in the days. That's a fact. Multi-platinum hits. Multiple hits. Right? As crazy as he looked, he's in movies. And DMX was a hell of an actor too. To see, this is the stuff that they don't remember, or they don't like to push. X was a hell of an actor. Go watch Belly. Go watch Romeo Must Die. You're crazy. That man was very, very talented. But of course, it gets foreshadowed by all the bull crap, all the rhetoric, all the, the weird stuff, which is sad. Because all his hard work, all his, y'all remember X used to have the Bible quotes starting out in his what's name. They probably didn't like that, but they say, you know what? He's making us money. We don't care. We don't care. Everybody loves to talk about how Dame did this to Jay. That's not what happened. Leo got in these guys' ear. The whole divide and conquer. Once again, divide and conquer. Y'all got to think about this, right? Just think about this for a second, because I always say this, and I always want to hear people input on this, if this makes sense to y'all. Jay and Dame, Rockefeller, one of the biggest record labels at the time, especially independently, especially with two African American men, right? Why would you leave that to go to Def Jam and be a president when you was a CEO? Right? Maybe I'm bugging. You can't say it's the money, because if you're smart enough, if you just wait and play the long game, you could potentially get to that level. But you know what happened? Leo, allegedly, my fault. Allegedly. If y'all remember, Dame always says like, yo, nah. Me and Jay, we probably, we bumped heads business-wise like every now and then, but that's what business partners do. But nothing to the fact of where I thought he was going to leave. But you know what happened? Leo. And that's that divide and conquer stuff. These people been doing this for the longest. Right? Oh, come here, instead of paying Dame, he making money off you, right? You don't need to be doing that. Yeah, come over here. Make you the president. Right? That's how them people move. Where's that video? Let me see if they got the. And all of a sudden you slowed down. It just seemed like you just stopped. Was it the fact that you had a problem with Def Jam? Was it the producers? Was you, with Rough Riders? What made DMX stop recording it? We being truthful because we want to know. We have X a long time. Yeah, I know the story already. You know what I'm saying? He used to be my dog. He was in my left titty. Screenwriter died. Thought you were right. What happened was, I said I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. I couldn't do the sixth album. And, everybody else, yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, MX is running the building, like, yo, you good? Finish the album, shoot the video. So what happened? Niggas go on vacation and, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. First you retire, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good. And everybody thought he was crazy. Let me tell y'all, it's never going to make sense for an artist to be in control of other artists. It doesn't make sense. Right? But like you said, then he retires, but then come back. Why you come back? Why? Y'all gotta remember too, if y'all remember, Jay retired like 2 or 3 times already. He done Fade to Black, came back. No, he dropped the Black album and then Fade to Black, and and then he changed clothes. Remember that song? Change clothes. I don't know what that man got going on, man. Oh, let me see. Somebody in the comments said, "Man, you got to say the X before the Z." I like that. But what y'all got to remember, right? X was a top selling artist for Def Jam. Do you know how big of an artist you got to be the top selling artist on Def Jam? And this is him. Like, look, this is him. No fancy, nothing, no nothing. This is the man that's barking on tracks, growling. This is him saying Bible quotes. They love that man.
There he talked about how he boycotted his first grade. They keep it real with X. I say yo X. The inmates is really running the building because last time somebody told you the inmates is running the building. I'm grateful for the way you phrased it. Last time someone told me inmates run the building, inmates wasn't really running the building. You never was on Rikes Island with him, so you didn't know. You for sure know. In our mind, we was on Rikes Island. I don't even think they ever been to Rikes Island. Nah. The only island he was on is the one he bought. I'll talk to you about it. Yeah, nah. Facts. Let's get to the story of Arizona.
Yo, and you know what's crazy? I don't think anybody caught that. Heard what he said? Listen to what he said, y'all. He said the only island he was on was the one he bought. And damn. See, certain things to talk about, man. But if you pay attention, that's why he said I'll talk to you about that later. But that was a thing too. Let's just say Jay got an island. I'm gonna just leave it at that, man. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, leave it at that.
I think it's a conspiracy against me, because in the absence of the truth, bullshit will prevail. So as long as nobody out there spitting real, you can come out with anything. And it'll sell. You know what I'm saying? But once you put the truth out there, it's like people have something to compare everything else to. So, you got a lot of people who are not really happy about the fact that, my album is about to drop. You're not really happy about, Lord, give me a sign. And, we in here and, things like that. But you know what? Fuck them. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. Listen to a song I call The Industry.
You heard what he said? If you want to rap or sing, do that. But don't become a part of the game. Meaning, what he's trying to say is, don't try to become a part of having artists, right? Because it never works. It never works. If you sit here trying to be the president of something, trying to be the president of Def Jam, trying to be the president of this, it's not going to work for you to be the artist. It's not going to work for you to be a proper president and treat your artists the right way because you're still operating from an artist point of view. You still see some of these guys as potential competition. So you're not operating out the betterment of these artists like you should, like a real manager or a real president would. Kenny, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up. But you see what I'm saying? So that's what he was saying. Like, yo, if you're going to be a part of it, then be a part of it. But if you're going to be an artist or a rapper, be that. But you can't be both. You can't be both.
And that pretty much explains you saying what the shit is about the industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a fucking game. The industry, real niggas is dying to get in. The industry, justifying they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going just like this and talk like that. The industry got your word meaning nothing. The industry, fuck what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate. But that day to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry, like, wait, but in the street, be like, get him. 17 up in that thing, get them sleeping, hit him. My pop webs with him. The coroner's coming to get him. Industry niggas. What happened was, I said I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album. And somebody else, right? So yeah. When he first got the job,
And you know what's funny? I remember when this first came out, people tried to say, "Oh, he was being messy," which is crazy because if you know anything about X, he never be messy. He's very direct. But you could clearly see Charlemagne trying to usher that in. Jay-Z being messy. Keep in mind, this is the same one that loved Jay-Z, right? So why would you say? But of course, and X ain't going back down, so he admitted, like, yeah, him. But he tried to keep it cute at first, or whatever he tried to do.
He's good. Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? To a vacation, and we don't know. You don't know. How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay.
What DMX said about Jay-Z trying to eliminate him as competition does make a lot of sense. I'm sure many of you remember.
What's she talking about? Hold up, what's she talking about? How the hell she know about Jay-Z and DMX? What are you talking about? What's her name? Cardisha Lynn. Oh, please. I don't even listen. I don't even want to hear what she about to talk about because it's not nothing conducive. She talking about, she don't even sound like she know what the hell a DMX is. A DM or X. Damn, this is back in the day. I remember. I don't want to play because I don't know if it's going to be copywritten. But if you remember, even before Jay became president, and there was a running rumor that these two battled before. If y'all remember that tape, it was called Backstage. This was like, I want to say, pre-YouTube because it was like first of its kind, where you was able to see these celebrities at the time actually be, themselves. There was no like cameras like how it is now with all your celebrities. This was back in the days when you had to catch them when you caught them. But they taped the whole. They went on tour or something like that, and they taped the backstage of it, and it was dope. If you ever get a chance to go look it up, look it up. It's called Backstage. It got DMX, Jay-Z, the whole Rockefeller, all these guys, Locks, all of them. All right, so. And this is great. See, and then people like him, right? Hold on. You gotta watch this. His name is Dean. I mean D or something like that. They say his name is D Dean, but I know him as D. One thing you gotta watch out is for the friends, right? The friends that's willing to throw you under the bus to keep certain relationships. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know if y'all ever seen this before, but this was one of the CEOs because it was him, DMX, and I think it was somebody else, but I only really know of D and DMX. He says basically that everybody think that J and X was beefing, in which X made it clear himself. But he says that DMX owed or was in debt to Def Jam. Now that's crazy to me because if y'all know anything about DMX, how would DMX be in debt or have 8 million in debt to Def Jam when he made them hundreds of millions of dollars? Y'all gotta remember when these artists go platinum, especially back in the days when they went platinum, bro, that was every bit of the money going to the labels because these guys' contracts were so filthy. It's only towards now where a lot of these rappers understand that the contracts, the 360 deals was crazy. But a lot of your favorite rappers from back in the days was in those contracts. That's why you got a lot of them crying broke now. A lot of them had a whole bunch of hits and everything. It was broke. Look at TLC. How much millions they made. Look what the manager did. Right? And that happened a lot. A lot of these guys were kids. That's another thing we don't realize. A lot of these guys were every bit of 23, 24, young, getting into the game, making the industry hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hov because me and Hov was good.
He always shouted you out. Yeah, he always saluted y'all. Notice this.
That's my guy, and this is the craziest part. And never forget this. That this is the most solid shit you could do ever. So he was rapping, and it was they was always compatible to each other. They were
talking about the Jay-Z and DMX battle, that legendary battle that you talk about.
But what happened was
that's the legendary battle that everybody talking about that was backstage.
me and Jay had a rapport. Like him and X probably had one, but I had a good rapport with Jay, so I fucked with him. So X was at Def Jam, but then he became the president of Def Jam. O was up there running the show. So X was in the hole over there for about a good 8 million.
Watch this.
So I was like, all right, cool. So shit wasn't working with it, but he wanted to be the president. So I went back in and I was like, oh, let me holler at you for a minute. So man, we got a good relationship. So I said, but you know what's the craziest part?
He didn't play the whole thing. Here's my thing, right? How can Hove go over there and clear an $8 million debt with Def Jam? Let me tell you right now, them YT people don't play about their money. So how did you clear a $8 million debt? Right? How could you clear a $8 million? This is Jay-Z, right? We're not talking about the Jay we know now. We're talking about the Jay from back then. Let's see when hold on. Put Def Jam. All right, so in 2005. So it says in 2005, Jay-Z's net worth was estimated to be in the range of $300 to $400 million. Based on available wealth history data, I never pay attention to these. It's always inflated. Forbes reported his net worth at $300 million, and it steadily grew through the 2010s as his business empire expanded. So now think about this, right? It says in 2005, he had already achieved major commercial success with albums like The Blueprint 2001 and The Black Album in 2003. It was in the process of building Rock Nation and other ventures that would later make him a billionaire. Now, keep in mind, he was in the process of building Rock Nation and other ventures. So that none of those were a thing as of yet. 2009, they said they reported that his net worth was $300 million. Now, he achieved major commercial success. Now let's see DMX. DMX net worth in 2005. 1 million. Right? Now, how? That's the only question I gotta ask. How? At the time, he was at the peak of his career, having released his fourth studio album, Grand Champ, in 2003, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 780,000 copies in his first week. Right? His earlier albums, including It's Dark and Hell is Hot, which was released in 1998, and then there was X in 1999, had already, 10 million. Oh, yeah, all right. So had already established him as one of hip hop's top earners, with annual income reaching about 10 million during his prime. Now, I just told y'all, at that time, the man had multi-platinum albums, right? And as you see, in 2003, his fourth studio album. Keep in mind, the liveliness. Wow, my fault. The livelihood of an artist these days is every bit of a year, maybe 2, you'd be lucky if you get 3. As far as albums, forget about it. Nobody's really selling albums like that. That's why everybody's trying to make money off of doing singles, if you pay attention, right? The only people putting out albums is really like the people that's on these labels. It's the only ones. It's really no money for these independent artists because they can't sell. And a lot of these other artists that's on these labels really can't sell, but they got the help of the machine. So forget all that for a minute, right? It's no way in hell they're saying that Jay-Z's net worth, DMX net worth in 2005 was only $1 million. And his fourth studio, perfect example, right? Drake. Drake just did, let's see. How much records did Drake sell in his first week? Iceman. Iceman just got him 463,000, right? In his first week. Keep in mind, these are streams, like streaming and moving album units, whatever the case may be. They're doing equivalent because back then they were selling hard copies, right? DMX sold. Look, see the difference? His fourth studio album, Grand Champ, in 2003 debuted at #1 on top Billboard 200, not Billboard 100, Billboard 200. And he sold over 780,000 copies in his first week in 2003. Hard copies, y'all. And y'all mean to tell me that this man's net worth in 2005 was estimated at $1 million? Do we not see what's going on? So either somebody's lying or this man was getting ard something crazy. And by I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Right? Either either somebody's lying or either this man was getting taken advantage of crazy. It's no way your fourth studio album goes #1 on Billboard 200 and you basically almost sell 800,000 copies in your first week. As we just seen, Drake did 400 and something thousand in 1 week, in which it was the hard copies, they were just equivalent to album sales, right? So how is this man's money? Hold on, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot, y'all. Let's not forget the movies, right? They said in 2005, DMX was touring extensively. Look at this. New Way, appreciate you for pulling up, bro. Shout out to you. It says by 2005, DMX was touring extensively. Come on. And you know when somebody tour, they making money. You're not touring for no reason. Let's just say that. You're not touring for no reason. And it says he was acting in films like Belly and Cradle to the Grave and running his own record label, Bloodline Records. Right? So, with all that being said, man, that's why I said, oh yeah, the Rough Rider. Oh, I forgot all about the Rough Rider merch. Then the actual Rough Riders. The Locks was a part of the Rough Riders at one point in time. Man. Let me see if I could find that video. When he was at, what was it, Livestock? Yeah, well, we know when it comes to touring, well, actually it depends, right? But touring actually is what generates the money for these labels. The artists get paid for it, but barely, right? Barely. Look at this. Let me see. Let me show you something.
Actually about to go on, and I'm like, you know, I want to see. I got like two for you. This is on before. And now the arena's shaking. And he goes, and the arena goes. First one's deafening, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm halfway through the show. Then he takes his shirt off. Don't chain is tripping. He's going nuts, right? And I'm like, shit. This is halfway through. Now first the guys are going crazy. Now the girls are going crazy. And then he gets to the end and he starts a prayer. And now they're crying. The whole arena is crying. They're crying tears. And it was embarrassing for Jay-Z. Jay-Z had to literally enter up when you the poetry era because he couldn't go head to head with BMX. The hard knock life. I caught the one in Montreal, and all looking around like, where the hell is this guy gonna come out of? But the man came from the Raptors in Montreal. I know there's no other person that I've seen personally that can host that many people in an arena by himself.
I don't want to hold on, cause I know the last time I put this on, it was a little copyright. Hold on. This is the Woodstock. Now look at this many people, right? See that? Now, keep in mind, let's not get it misconstrued. That performance. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's no way you could tell me a man like this, right? Look at this. And they said this is arena. It wasn't even an arena, right? That was like a whole city. I can't even put the sound on. Look. He had the little joint. Let me tell y'all, man. The moral of the story is X was definitely X. It's sad to see how he went out. And it's sad to see not only how he went out, but the way he went out. Not enjoying life in his last days at all. Right? Battling back and forth, going to jail, getting sent to jail. It was too much, man. And this is why I tell y'all favorite artists, y'all love them. Just understand that it's going to come a time they're going to have to go through this. Look at this man, right? Just think about this. When you see a man like this performing, let me show y'all something. Hold on. When you see a man that's on top of the world like this, look at this. Look at him, right? I paused it right here. And just look at this. If you pay attention, do you think that he ever thought in his mind that one day he would be going through what he went through? No. But that's what that industry could do. You could be up here one day and down here the next. Simple as that. So that's pretty much it, y'all. We've been on here for a little minute. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all on this good old Sunday. It's getting late, man. I appreciate y'all, like I said, for y'all pulling up. I gotta start going live a little more. We're gonna definitely have a better setup soon. It's just that, we haven't been going live. Plus, not to mention, if you was here from the beginning, we were doing 100,000 views on live, just like this. So a lot of people be like, yo, what you doing like that? Well, this is our style. This is our style. It just is what it is, man. Right? So like I said, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out to y'all. Happy new month. Right? It's the first of the month. It's the first of the month, man. So they know they know that though. That's the choice they made for that time. Yeah, well, a lot of them do. A lot of them do know that. They know what they signed up for. Like Kanye. Kanye admitted it. Well, the actual Kanye, this new one they got running around, I don't know. But that's another topic for another day. But yeah, that new one they got running around, I don't know too much about, but the old Kanye admitted. He said he took a crappy deal. It came with a toy and whatever, like a Happy Meal. The problem is, in the beginning, I think they know, but they don't understand. That's the thing. They may know, like, all right, yeah, I sell my soul or I do whatever. They just don't understand. See what I'm saying? How extensive. Remember what Nor here? Matter of fact, before we get out of here, I forgot. I always gotta play this. Hold on. I always play this because a lot of people like to call us conspiracy theorists, right? And that's cool. But what do you say to people that was in it, right? What do you say to people that's in that industry and they say the same thing? Oh,
It's a level of
here we go.
it's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you're platinum and you're getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati.
Now, when people say I'm not sure, they're sure. When people say I'm not sure, they're sure. And people swear the Illuma don't exist, but it's mighty funny how these guys love bringing it up, right? For something that don't exist, it's kind of crazy that they always bring it up, though.
I just didn't take that though. I went straight. When you get to a level of success, when you get 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's three different doors, right?
Listen.
Three different ways to walk. It's to the left, it's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is your own. Let's see if you continue the success, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. And you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then it's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
Now, this is why I say always pay attention to what people say, right? Do you see how easily he contradicted himself? And this is why I say when you just listen to some people and you let them talk, they'll tell you everything you need to know. And sometimes they even think that they're being smart about it. Pay attention to what he said, right? He said it's three doors. He not sure about the doors, but he's not sure if it's Omo. He's not sure if it's some sacrifice and whatever the other third one was, right? But he don't know because he went straight. He don't know about the doors, but he also said that he was offered them doors. Right? So it's either you don't know or you do know. But he do know. As he said, I was offered these doors. He don't know about it, but he was offered it. Another thing these guys never do, they love to tell you about certain things, but they never tell you who. This is why Monique, if you remember when she did when she was on the Breakfast Club, 105.1 Breakfast Club, and Angela Yee kept saying, "Oh, yeah, they." She said, "Yo, listen, like I told Charlamagne," she called him Leonard. Like I told Leonard, say their names, and if you don't, leave it on the playground. Straight like that. Because you know why? Everyone claims like they don't know or they claim that they're not a part of something. But if you're not a part of it, why y'all never say names? Why y'all never expose the people? Right? Y'all remember Damon? I call him Damon. I forgot. Terry Crews. Right? This man did a whole campaign, y'all. Got on social media. Told the whole world, yo, listen, there's a famous Hollywood producer who grabbed my genitals, my manhood, right in front of my wife and kids. Right? So with him being as big as he is, you know, we're probably like, all right, so what did you do? Right? What did you do? He didn't do nothing. As big as Damon Butt is, the man said another Hollywood producer in which he described him, you know. That's the funny part. He did everything but tell us who it was. The whole time. The man went on for like a year or two, telling us that another man grabbed his stuff in front of his wife, daughter, son, all that. He didn't do not one thing. And keep in mind, to this day, he never told us who it was. Like Nikki said, keep it on the playground. They love saying they. Oh, yeah, they. Yeah, you know they, because they, them, they. Who is it? Who are these people so we can hold them accountable? Because if not, who are we to hold accountable? That's the thing. That's why Nikki said it. She said, listen, if you're not going to say no names, then don't speak about it. And she's right. Because the more you keep saying they, it's almost like you're protecting them also. Right? Why? Anyway, shout out to y'all. Like I said, man, on that note, we out. We need to hold ourselves accountable. That's a fact. I say that all the time. A lot of people, they do weird stuff for money. But we got to realize money isn't real. Yes, it's a beautiful thing to have it. Yes, it helps. But it's not real. How crazy is that when you go to another part of the country, that same thing that you're willing to die for don't even have a value. Isn't that crazy? Or when you really think about it, like, yo, we're willing to die for this. A lot of people have died for this, and they print this stuff. Right? How crazy is that? They literally print this thing that you're willing to give up the only thing you have in his life is your life. Basically getting the benefits of it while separating themselves. That's a fact. Like publicly, you act like you're against it, but behind closed doors, you're with it. You're with it, or something's going on. If y'all remember, right, before Diddy came out as this, whatever they try to paint him as, have you noticed how these artists looked around him? They know what was up. Everybody know what's up. Something's going on, right? That time when he was with Nori, matter of fact, he was with Nori, Jadakiss, and Fabulous. He was acting crazy. You see how weird they looked, but they were so scared to say anything to him. He called him daddy. He said he want to party, right? All that stuff. He got boy in the pool, call him daddy. Let me tell y'all right now, I don't care how much money another man got. No other man in this world is gonna call me daddy. My own son don't even call me daddy. Like, you see what I'm saying? Imagine another grown man calling me daddy. That's insane. But I digress, y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Go find a clip of Diddy making noise, blow out the candles. That's what I was talking about. That's the same with him and let me see here. Quick one before we go. That's another thing. A grown man making you, and you know, Nori a gangster. I give it to Nori. If y'all go to what was it Queensbridge? No, where you from? Damn, my head hurt. Damn. Anyway, he got a reputation that exceeds him. Left rack. That's what it was. Left rack. He said, told Nori make a wish. Make a wish is crazy. Oh, here you go. Oh, what the sound on this? Hey, yo, Peabody put his hand too. What was that about? Hold up. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. I know you lying, boy. I know you. I ain't even see this. I forget. Y'all see what I'm saying, bro? Like, what is this about? Yo, what is this? Nah, see, oh man, I ain't even got the energy to really go into it, man. But this is insane. No, what's this about? He said, I don't think Nori wanted to really blow out them can. Nah, now I gotta hear the audio. Hold up. This is insane. Nah, we gotta keep this one up here though. Hold up. Yeah, we gotta keep that up there. I don't know. I don't know what Nori was thinking, boy. What? Why he put the hand up like that? It's one thing to blow the candles out. He put the hand. Oh my lord, boy. I don't know whatever effect did he had on these guys. Oh, let me hold on. Nori, blow out candles. If something pop up, that's crazy. Thank God. That's crazy. Nori birthday cake. Let's see. This is crazy. Yeah, why? What's all these people popping up? Nori Diddy. Look, that gotta come up. Diddy cake is crazy. Oh, and it came up. Oh my lord. Nori Diddy cake. Insane. Oh. Oh, it don't got no sound. Watch the hand. Watch the hand. Oh nah, boy. Hold up. Nah. I don't know I'm confused. I ain't gonna lie. I'm confused. And I don't know what it is with Diddy and these cakes. He had this cake. Remember he made them walk to get that cheesecake. Hold on. Y'all remember this? He done made the poor people. Why it's not? Hold on. Yeah, made the boys go get cheesecake. This is crazy. Damn. Nah, we gotta find the sound. Nah, we got to. Hold up. Ain't no way in hell, boy. Nah, he not escaping like that. Hold up. Nah. Nah, he ain't off the hook that easy. Hold up. That's diabolical for real, for real. It's diabolical. Hold on. Nori Diddy. The fact that Diddy Cake and no, hold on, I forget all that. Hold on. Here you go. Yup. This one Fab and all of them was tripping. Oh my god. Yo, Fab got the face like, how did I end up here, boy? Hold on. I don't think y'all can see Fab. How the hell did I make it here, boy? Ain't no. Hold on. Just. See, I knew I was. Look, I knew I wasn't bugging. Did he just call the man daddy? Yeah, he did. Fab was definitely terrified, and it's funny because even though a lot of people make this joke, but it's funny because right after that whole little video, whatever interview they was doing, that's when we started seeing Fab actually hang out with Diddy. Because remember, Diddy was like, "Yo, you never party with me." Fab was like, nah, I did party with you. We party for. He's like, no, we ain't party. And then suddenly, you see Fab in the Act Bad video with Young Miami and Diddy. Where if y'all seen the unedited video of that, for some reason they took it down. I don't know if you can still find it, but the original version it showed like Diddy without, man, oh man, Fab was looking like he got set up. Yep, for sure. Jada, mind you, remember Jada been out since the '90s, like the early. Wait. So he already kind of like he sees it. He like, up, there you go, there you go, yep, there you go. First of all, you hear what the man? Oh nah, I gotta show this. Hold up. There you go. You hear what the man? The way he's saying "Make a Wish," mad like make a wish. He really made a wish. Yo, I'm a little tired, but ain't no way in hell, boy. The man said "Make a wish," and he really made a wish and did this. Hold on. Oh my. Did he had it took down? He don't want nobody, somebody he's in jail. He even stopped paying this son car note. You know what's funny? What if boy really not locked up? I know y'all probably like, oh, Hookah, here comes the conspiracy theory. This is not even something I theorize, but it's just something that's a food for thought because how long? Let me see. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. All right. So 2004, right? All right. So he been locked up. It's about to be 2 years, right? And we haven't seen no court, nothing, no like. I'm not even talking them fake AI pictures and videos you be seeing. Forget all that. We haven't seen like no court going to court and this and that. None of that, right? Something I don't know. And the pictures we did look at the pictures they got. Watch this. Look at this. Watch the pictures they have. All these AI bullcrap. We've been seeing drawings, right? Look at where these drawings come from. First of all, the internet is a crazy place. Who thought to make this? But yeah, all we haven't seen is drawings, right? And then we got this fake AI picture right here. Who this? Remember they tried to make it seem like this is that's another thing. Remember they tried to make this seem like it was Diddy? And see, all we see is drawings. And these don't even look like real drawings. These look like yeah. Like look at these drawings. Like when have y'all seen court with color like this? Yeah, something ain't right. We've been spoke about this whole Diddy situation and the whole thing in which it went down. Remember the wild goose chase? How they tried to make it seem like the man escaped the country on a private jet and they couldn't find him, and a lot of people fell for that bull crap too. But anyway, y'all, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Happy first of the month. Make sure y'all set goals. Please set goals. Whatever it is you want, set that goal. Take a risk and go for it, man. Think positive thoughts. Set new accomplishments for the month. They do that because some can't get cameras in the courtroom, so they have to depict it. Of course, of course they're gonna say that, But you are right though. But what's a coincidence, right? But anyway, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Definitely was dope. I like these like close conversations where we could just chill, vibe, and it's not only me just talking. So it's y'all. We all get a voice in here, and we get to talk real. I know it started with Jay, but to be honest with y'all know when it comes to these celebs, we really don't care. It's real life stuff going on, y'all. We just use them to really talk about real life stuff, but it's real stuff going on. So, like I said, shout out to y'all. Happy first of the month. Y'all do y'all thing, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Next time we go live, hopefully more people get notifications or whatever. Either way, I appreciate y'all. I'm out.